Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday and we're going to do Pokemon Community Go Day. But first of all I need to fold up my laundry and drink my tea. And then our friends are arriving, we're all driving into town and we're going to spend the next couple of hours walking up and down through the town collecting Pokemon. Ooh, like that. Right, I'll show you when we're there. I'm just waiting for everybody else to come and get in my van so we can go Pokemon hunting. Everyone's a bit on a go slow today. Kenzie's had a sleepover, but he is now moving, and I've got his friend moving, so that's good. Kenzie is putting a Pokemon in me Pokeball, and he's going to teach me how to use it, so that'll be good. And Ben and Lindsay and Johnny should be arriving shortly. Excuse me. So I'm just pootling, just waiting. Jackie and I are not going to go and do the Ridgeway. I would have given it a go, but Jackie's really worried about how bad it will be because of all the rain we've had. So we're not going to go and do it.
Flake instead. Ask if they want cream or...
Yes, thank you.
They're just the flake instead. Yeah, use the flake instead. Yeah.
Autumn leaves everywhere.
No! No!
They're all waiting down by the van over there. Through the trees is Spog. Kenzie and Oscar have already caught what they want to catch, but we're trying to beat them on shinies and we're not doing very well. They've got one more than us, haven't they?
Yeah, they got 10, we got 9. So we need at least to catch another 3.
Johnny was on a mission and caught, what, 2 in a row? 3 in a row, something like that.
Now 4 in a row.
Oh, I wish it was 4 in a row.
No, I just got 4 in a
It
row.
was, we beat them now.
I have got 4 in a row, I just got another one.
Have you really?
No.
No, just teasing us.
Yeah,
Oh look, there's a duck in a tree. Wah, wah.
What's that? I've seen that duck somewhere before.
It's a dog toy. It's like
I've seen that. I've seen that before.
I'm just checking it's not a geocache. No, it's not.
What's a geocache?
It's fun geocaching.
What's a geocache?
It's like hidden treasure. You've never been geocaching?
No.
Oh, we got to get you into that. What's your dad doing? Woo. What was that? Shiny?
I'm checking. No.
Not shiny. Righty ho, I'm off to work for the evening. It's a family I've not sat for before, but they are a family my sister has sat for. So I don't know the kids. I think I've got one child. I've got my dinner in there because it's kind of an early start. It's only 5 o'clock. It takes me about half an hour to get where I'm going. So got dinner in my bag and got my book. And if Little goes to bed, I get to read. If not, I don't get to read. Right, catch you in a bit. I'm having a bit of pulled beef and rice with, I believe that's a chilli. Looks very, very tasty, and I'm very much looking forward to having some. Oh, and a cup of tea, of course. Well, Krish has gone to sleep. Apparently I've set a record. I was asleep by about 8:10. To be fair, he probably fell asleep sooner than that, but I think I dozed off too, if I'm completely honest. So I've come downstairs a little snack, cup of tea. I'm going to watch a bit of YouTube, read my book because I'm really enjoying it. Let me show you what I'm reading. It's one of my birthday presents because I got loads of books for my birthday. It's one that I think my mum will enjoy reading after me. She did say it looked interesting when she bought it me. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. And it's really good. Let me just read you the back. It said, when Harold Fry leaves home one morning to post a letter with his wife hoovering upstairs, he has no idea he is about to walk from one end of the country to the other. He has no hiking boots or map, let alone a compass, waterproof or mobile phone. All he knows is that he must keep walking to save someone else's life. So basically he gets a letter from an old work colleague who he hasn't seen for over 20 years that's basically saying she has cancer and she's in hospital and she's saying her goodbyes. And he decides he's going to post her a letter wishing her well. And then he goes to post box and decides he's going to go a bit further to the next post box because he wasn't ready to post it. And then he decides he's missed the collection on that one, so he's going to go to the next post box. And then he just decides, after talking to a girl in a garage, that he's just going to keep walking. And he's going to walk and see her. And he rings the hospital and tells them, tell her I'm walking to her. And this guy starts off in Devon. And she's in a hospital just near Scotland. So he's walking about 500 miles diagonally, I think it is, across the country. And he's 63 and he's never really done, he's just retired. He spent the last 6 months of his retirement sitting in his chair with little purpose. And it's, as he's walking, he's meeting other people and he's kind of taking on some of their, like learning a bit about them and taking on some of their life. And he's also working through his own issues, things that have happened in the past. And actually his wife back at home, she starts going through her own kind of healing and transition and stuff as well. So like I said, I'm only halfway, literally halfway through the book, almost to the page. I'm loving it. I mean, I read almost half a book last night. And I reckon if I get to read tomorrow as well, I'll have finished this. But I do love it when you get a book like that. Really, 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 really draws you in. So if you haven't read that, read this one by Rachel Joyce. Very good. Right, I'm going to get on with my reading, my drinking of my tea, and enjoying the peace and quiet. I think I'll end the vlog here. It is 5 to 10. I've got about another hour of work left. Just really ploughing through my book. Absolutely loving it. Made myself another cup of tea. It's all peaceful. Krish is still asleep. It's all going very well. It's funny actually because this book is reminding me of a guy who walked through the village. I think when my boys were little. I think Kenzie was with me. It was quite a while ago. And he was, I think he had prosthetic legs. And he had kind of got one of these sort of springy attachments. And he was walking to raise money for the homeless. And I think it was homeless soldiers, if I remember right. And he was walking from the east coast to the west coast. I think I've got that right. And again, with no planned route as such, no planned stops, and doing very much what this guy is doing in the book, which is kind of relying on the kindness and hospitality of people he meets on the way. And if he, doesn't have anywhere offered to him, then he has to sleep out under the stars, regardless of the weather, like the homeless soldiers would, those that were homeless and on the streets. And it was really interesting. And the news got hold of his story. And in this book, the press have just got hold of his story. And it was on social media. And it was really interesting. We carried on following his journey on social media. But this book's just reminded me of meeting that guy and having a chat with him. Kids were amazed by his bouncy feet. Yeah, I just, you know, this book is just really, I guess it's just really touched me. And I love it when a book does that. And it has just reminded me of meeting that guy. And I'd love to know what he was doing now. I mean, what an experience. Just get up one day and start walking. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. Hopefully the weather will be good tomorrow, and I'll take you up to see the art installation that's been put up by the M40 up on the hilltop. You can actually see it from the M40 if you're going from Oxfordshire to Buckinghamshire. And it's going to be up there, I think, for another week. But it was put up there to raise money for I'm going to get this wrong now. Probably Red Cross. I'm thinking Red Cross. It will be one of the charities that support our veterans. I think it's probably Red Cross they're raising money for. And they aim to raise, the guy who did the art installation, he said he was aiming to raise about £7,000. Well, yesterday they had raised over £8,000. So they're doing really, really well. But it's I think it's called Standing with Giants. And there's loads of soldiers' silhouettes up there and poppies. So I'm going to go up before the installation's gone and just go and experience it. And then I will go online and I will give my donation. And I'll also put a link in for the Just Giving page if anyone else wants to send a donation as well. So I'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for watching, you lovely lot, and I will see you all tomorrow.